The Unwavering Architect. Ariel was a young, gentle dove with eyes that sparkled with hope and a breast full of quiet ambition. Her greatest dream was to build the perfect nest, a safe, sturdy home where she could raise her family. She found a promising fork in an old oak tree and set to work. She collected twigs, grasses, and soft moss. Her first attempt was rushed, a loose jumble of sticks. A sudden sharp breeze came through and the whole structure collapsed into a messy pile on the ground. Ariel watched, heartbroken, but she didn't fly away. She simply took a deep, steadying breath and started over. Her second attempt was more thoughtful. She interwove the materials carefully, spending days on the foundation. "This one will hold," she whispered to herself. But then a clumsy, hungry squirrel, bounding through the branches, used the nest as a momentary stepping stone. The delicate bowl gave away, spilling the precious few eggs she had laid. Despair was a heavy weight, but as Ariel surveyed the wreckage, she noticed something. The outer rim, where she had been most meticulous, had remained intact. She realized the failure wasn't in the effort, but in the stability of the center. The forest birds began to whisper. A grumpy old owl hooted, "The little one is a failure. She cannot master the simplest craft." A mockingbird mimicked her frustrated cooing. Even her friends suggested she find an abandoned nest or simply gave up until the next season. "It is just not meant to be, Ariel," they said. Ariel listened, but their words only fanned the tiny, stubborn flame in her heart. She knew her dream was worth fighting for, even if it meant looking foolish a few more times. Her third nest was an engineering marvel compared to the first two built low on a sturdy pine branch. She reinforced the base with thicker, resinous twigs. This time a severe thunderstorm struck. The rain came down in sheets, turning the twigs soft and weak. The wind tore through the pine, and the nest, though it lasted longer than the others, was ultimately wrenched from its mooring and tossed to the forest floor. Ariel sat on a high branch, shivering, watching the sodden ruins. Her wings were tired. Her spirit was bruised. She had failed 3 times, each failure more public and disheartening than the last. She closed her eyes and almost decided to concede defeat. But as the sun broke through the clouds, drying her feathers, she remembered the joy she felt just imagining the little nestlings inside. She remembered the lesson from each failure. The first was too rushed. The second lacked a stable core, and the third was not weatherproof. She flew to the tallest, most protected maple tree, choosing a spot close to the trunk, sheltered by a broad, overhanging branch. She worked with a quiet, fierce concentration she hadn't known before. She wove the base with a tight lattice, packing it with mud and hardened clay for ballast. She layered soft, water-repellent moss inside. She built not just a nest, but a fortress of determination. Finally, the nest was complete. It was sturdy, beautiful, and perfectly sheltered. It survived high winds and heavy rain. Soon after, Ariel's mate joined her, and before long, the nest was filled with the happy, demanding chirps of their new family. Ariel looked down at her beautiful home, built not just with twigs, but with the courage of countless restarts. The grumpy owl and the gossiping mockingbirds were silent. They saw not a failure, but a testament to unwavering persistence. Ariel's story became a quiet legend of the forest, A reminder that success is often found not after one attempt, but just one more attempt than failure. Her happy little family was the perfect reward for the architect who refused to give up her dream. Thank you.